Hey guys, welcome to Hurting Little House to the Glory of God. You are with me in the kitchen while I'm doing some cooking. You'll see right here. Oh, I think you can see, there you go. We have a big bowl, big bowl that I'm making baking mix. Because if you don't know, I am Sarah. I'm mom of 10 with 8 still at home. But our daughter Virginia, who is 22, married to Wayland and has grandbaby Justice, are coming in a week to come, at the end of this week, to come visit. So I am making food preps beforehand. And I decided to use my Dining on a Dime cookbook. I don't know if you can see that. And I'm doing the baking mix recipe because I have a couple of meals while they're here that we want to have biscuits with. And I'm making sausage balls. So the first thing we have to do is mix up the biscuit mix. Then I'll take some of that out and put it in the fridge for meals, and then we'll make the rest into sausage balls. So I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so this video is not great lighting. This is just, I had to work in the kitchen and I figured I would bring you guys along and we'd just do a chatty video while we're here. Today has been a busy day because we had an appointment this morning for Abigail and I to go see the chiropractor. Abigail hurt her back like a couple weeks ago playing. She said it hurt, and then a couple times at bedtime she's been like, oh, my back still hurts. So I took her to the chiropractor today. She did have some stuff out in her back, and I went too while I was there because as a nursing mom who has had a bunch of pregnancies, my body doesn't stay in place all the time like it should. So I went about a month ago, saw him again today, and so we did that. For those who don't know, Virginia lives in Tennessee, and we don't get to see her that often. They surprised us for a trip. My hands are gonna get really dirty here. They surprised us for a trip back in February. Virginia really wanted to come home and see us. They planned to come, and then my mom helped with the cost of that. Okay, that weird noise you hear is our vent fan. It is super windy outside today. You probably can't see it, even if I turn to the camera. There's not really trees that you can see super well. That's really loud too. They're outside doing work. So I will wait just a minute while they do it. You can't see the trees super well from where I am. I'm gonna turn off the thing. Okay, you're gonna hear people coming in and out. They turned on the tractor because Samuel had mowed, and I guess there was a spot that he was supposed to mow that he didn't know. It's only the second time mowing has happened this summer. And so sometimes with our first mow, we don't quite mow everything because not everything's long enough yet. And so sometimes as we start mowing more, we decide other places we want mowed and that type of thing. So anyway, you hear the vent here because it's really, really windy outside, and so the vent is going a little crazy. That's what you're gonna hear in the background. So Virginia and Wayland came in February. We had not seen them before that since October when we had been out there before. And when they were here in February, Wayland, who's a jack of all trades, put that sink in for us. So they are now coming this week, and they are bringing friends. They are bringing a young couple that has 2 kids that we are friends with also, not just their friends, our friends also. And we're gonna have a house full. And so I do not want to spend the whole time they're here cooking because we want to be able to go out and explore and do stuff. And both my daughter and the other mom that are coming have babies. We're still all nursing mamas. So it's not just easy to say, hey, we can just hand off the kitchen work to someone else. And I want Naomi to be able to visit with her big sister and friend, not feeling like she has to be the one to cook because she's not nursing a baby. So all of that to say, we're making meals. I've already got a bunch of stuff prepped in the cupboard. But in all of this, part of what I wanted to say, part of this chatty video, I was watching my friend's video the other day and I don't think she said anything wrong. So this isn't against her if she knows, if the person knows who I'm talking about. I think what she was saying is that her daughters are her friends. They are her closest friends because I'm with my daughters all the time. And I would also say that my daughters are some of my closest friends. In the conversation that happened in the comments, people were talking about how it's wrong for a mom to have her daughters as her closest friends. And when I say daughters, like I have adult daughters. I'm not saying my 3-year-old is my best friend. I do enjoy my 3-year-old, but I can't really have deep discussions with him. But for my adult daughters, I have Virginia, who is now out, she's 22. And I also have Naomi at home, who is now 18. And I would say that I actually enjoy spending time with them. When Virginia moved out, I missed the time that we had spent together. not I missed the time that I got to discipline her, or I got to teach her, or I got to do any of those things. I missed the time just spending time with her. And I know when Naomi moves out, I'm going to miss the same thing. So it's not just about missing my children, which I miss Virginia as a child also in the house. Like, I miss her as a child, but I actually just want to spend time with her. Like, if we were to go somewhere, and I had a chance to get together with Virginia or one of my other friends, Virginia would be on that list of friends I wanted to get in touch with, because I like her. You have to raise children that you like. I like Naomi too, who's walking through the kitchen right now. I'm not just talking about Virginia. I'm discussing how it's okay for moms to be friends with their adult daughters. Cool. Because some people think that it's like wrong that I would say that you're on my list of best friends, because I need to have friends outside of the house.
Well, then you can keep your nose out of it if you think that.
Naomi is very blunt, in a good way. She's very blunt, and she'll just tell it like it is. So anyway, I think that we live in a culture that has become so separated from family life that we think that all of our relation desires and stuff need to be outside of family. People think that it's wrong that my kids are each other's best friends. And part of that is, yes, they spend a lot of time together because we homeschool and all of that. But you're supposed to be friends with your siblings, like those shared memories you have. I'm not even super close. Like, my sister lives a couple hours away. We just live very different lifestyles, and we don't see each other very often just because of the nature of, I have a bunch of kids and she's really busy with work. But still, we have a lot of shared memories from when we were kids that when we get together, we are able to just enjoy time together, remembering things from the past, talking about things from the past, playing games we played as kids. That's like really important to kids, because everyone would think that, I had someone comment on one of my videos that my kids are missing out on things, or that she would feel bad of her kids missing out on things that they're doing in school. And I have good memories from school for the most part. I had some bad things happen when I was in school, but for the most part, I had some really good friends. And when I was in high school, I believed that those friends were going to be my friends for the rest of my life. Well, here we are 25 years later. Nothing particularly wrong with those friends, but I really don't talk to most of the people I went to high school with. Like, we might pass each other on the street. Like, we still live in the same town that I went to school in. So like, I know people here. Well, like, if we stop in the grocery store, we'll talk. But the people that I have more contact with are people that weren't actually in high school with me. Like, even if we went to the same school, they were grades ahead of me or grades below me, are the people that I talk to. And the people that I had, like the people that I, a big group of us friends went to prom together. I don't really talk to any of those people. The people that were in my wedding, we don't really talk anymore. And I don't know how many of them actually spend time talking to each other on a regular basis, but we've all gone our own way. This person was saying that she would feel bad her kids missed out on those memories. And I enjoyed those things that I did, but I've now made memories with people that I'm not going to see again. And isn't it more worthwhile to be making memories for me to make memories with my kids, but my kids to be making memories with each other and having just each other to go back on when they get old and they kind of leave this station in life. Because all of my friends that I went to school with went on to do different things. Some still live here in town, or at least come visit because family lives here. Some have moved all over the country, and we're all doing a lot of different things. A couple of the kids in my class are stay-at-home moms, but I wasn't planning to be a stay-at-home mom when I was in school. So lives can change really quick, and I just think it's very important to be building up the relationship that you have with your children and your children with one another, because that's what's going to last in life. School memories, you're just making memories with a lot of random people that you're not going to see again. The only reason that you are making memories with them is because you happen to be the same age and you live in the same town. It's not even because you're necessarily involved in the same things. Maybe if you go to a big school, that would be the case. But in our school, it was a small school. So all the same kids that, like a lot of the same kids that played sports also were in the band and also were in the drama club. And some of those kids did math team and some of those kids did student government. So out of those things, I was in many different arenas with a lot of the same people. And still those people aren't people. Again, I'm not saying anything bad. If one of those people's watching this, I'm not saying anything bad against you. I'm just saying I don't have contact in that way. And I would rather have more memories with my sister, more memories with my parents. And again, it was a different time and place, not as many people homeschooled then. But I think to not want to homeschool because you're afraid your kids are going to miss out on things such as prom or having friends is a very worldly way of thinking of things. Because if you look in the Bible, family is forever. A lot of times families were told to move. Like Abraham was told to move. He took his nephew with him and all the people in his household. You need some water? Can you go in the bathroom and do that? Thanks. They have spray bottles they're playing with outside. They are, families are told to move together. Also, some people have this idea that husbands and wives can't be the best of friends. And I would say that Mark is my best friend, that I can share anything with him, which I think is important as a spouse. And if you look like Song of Solomon, he very much talks about, or he and she talk about each other as if they really enjoy spending time together. And I think it's not just in the lovey-dovey couple way. I'm not going to get more into it in case you're watching this with your kids. But I think it's more in the, I enjoy your company. I enjoy your time and attention. I mean, also enjoy other aspects of marriage. But I don't think it's wrong for couples to be close. And I think in our society, it's definitely, you need to have friends outside of your own home, and your spouse can't be your best friend. But I don't think that the Bible teaches that. If you have a place in the Bible where it teaches that your best friends, I'm not saying not to have friends outside the family. I'm not saying that. But if you can show me a place in the Bible where it says your family can't be your friends, please let me know, because I'm not seeing that. And I think that it's very much a worldly indoctrination of what our world is. There are people, groups, even today, that live more like nomadic lifestyles, and they are traveling with their family, and those are those people that they can depend on. So those are just my random thoughts for right now, and I'm going to covered with flour right now. If you see other videos, this will be the first one that I'm going to post, but I'm going to make a lot of videos today. And you're probably going to see me in kind of the same place with the same clothes and everything, because I'm going to talk to you while I make all these foods. So come back for more videos over the course of the week, but they're all going to be filmed today. So we'll see you guys next time on Herding Little Cows. Let me know, do you still talk to your best friends from years past, or do you spend more time with your family? Would you say that your family are your friends? My mom, who I'm very close with, she lives in the backyard, in a little house back there. She is one of my best friends also. But let me know what you think.